Welcome to today's Employment Standards mini overview on youth employment. Thank you for joining us. Before we begin, please be aware of our disclaimer and copyright notice. I'll give you a moment to read it. Basically, we've made every effort to give you the correct information, but if there are any discrepancies between this presentation and the Employment Standards Code, the code will prevail. Please note the copyright on this presentation belongs to the Government of Alberta. The job creation student wage only applies to students enrolled in an educational institution and does not apply to youth who are out of school. Next, let's look at when this student wage applies. Once it is determined that a worker is eligible for the job creation student wage, that being a student under 18, the next variable to look at is whether school is in session or if they are working during a school break. When school is in session, the 28-hour threshold applies. This means for the first 28 hours per week, a student receives $13 per hour. Starting with hour 29 and up, they receive $15 per hour for those extra hours. The first 28 hours are always at the $13 per hour rate. When a student under 18 is working on a school break, there is no threshold. The rate is always $13 for all hours worked. School break times may vary from school to school, and school breaks include summer vacation, Christmas and winter holidays, and spring break. Note, these rules only apply to students under 18. If the worker is not a student or is over the age of 18, they receive the regular minimum wage, which is $15 per hour. Next, we'll talk about the types of work and areas a young person can be employed in. Individuals who are 12 years of age and under are only permitted to work in artistic endeavors. Artistic endeavors are defined on this slide. I'll give you a moment to read it. Youth in this age group require parental or guardian consent as well as a permit. Provisions and restrictions for employment will be outlined in the permit if it is approved. The permit application process can be found at the website on the bottom of this slide. The second age category are youth aged 13 and 14 years old. Youth in this age group also require parental or guardian consent, but may work outside of school hours in a wider range of jobs without a permit. I'll give you a moment to read the types of jobs available for 13 and 14-year-olds. The list of approved jobs for adolescents also includes light janitorial work in offices, tutoring, or coaching. The requirement for parental or guardian consent remains for all adolescents. In addition to the restrictions to the type of jobs while employed, this age group must be in the continuous presence of an adult if they are a food service employee. Additional restrictions on this age group include prohibitive shift lengths and times they can work. Note that a hazard assessment under occupational health and safety legislation is required for all employees, including adolescent employees. As with all employees, the employer will control or eliminate all hazards in the workplace and warn employees about any hazards that may affect them. Youth in the final age category, from ages 15 to 17, may work in any type of employment. However, there are some restrictions on the time of day they are permitted to work. If working in retail or hospitality, the employee can work between 9 p.m. and 12 a.m. only with adult supervision. They can't work between 12:01 a.m. and 6 a.m. Retail includes the sale of any of the following: any food or beverages, any other commodities, goods, wares, or merchandise, gasoline, diesel fuel, propane, or any other product of petroleum or natural gas. Hospitality includes hotels, motels, and any place that provides overnight accommodation to the public. Employees who are employed in other industries can work at any time during the day. However, if they work between 12:01 a.m. and 6 a.m., the employees require parental or guardian consent and adult supervision. And that brings us to the end of our mini overview on youth employment. If you would like to learn more about various employment standards topics, such as the ones listed on the screen, please scan the QR code to be taken to our website. Also, if you have a question, wish to make a complaint, or submit an anonymous tip to employment standards, please scan the QR code on the screen or contact our contact center at 1-877 427 3731. Thank you for viewing today's session on youth employment, and we hope that you have a pleasant day.